G'day everyone, welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. Today we're doing the Kenworth restoration part 4. So I haven't been videoing, it's late afternoon, we've worked all day, but today I've been cutting cross members out of the tray as you've seen in the last episode, plus I've been stitching a few back in. Mick's jacked the back of the truck up, taking all the drive tyres off, which I'll show you in a minute, and just scuffing the chassis back so we can paint it. So this has been filmed over a couple of weeks. You'll notice that there wasn't a video last week on this truck because all we're doing is needle gunning and basically grinding and welding, so there's not a lot to show. But this is finished. Rope rails, a couple of rope rails are still bent, but we're going to roll it over so I can needle gun all the flaky rust underneath. So then I'll straighten them up before we paint it. So you can see the back, much neater. Number plate bracket in there. The old light brackets are still there. They need straightening, but they're probably a bit close to the side, but they're already there. So even if I bolt the lights on, offset a little bit on those, they'll work fine. Added those bits of steel in there this morning. Welded that crease bit of rope rail I was showing you earlier. Found some stuff the same size, welded that in. So now we're going to lift the front down onto the ground, then the back, and then we'll just roll it over. We'll move that yellow buggy there and roll her over, and sister and my brother-in-law are coming down to help, so they might be able to get on the wire brush and the needle gun once it's on its side, and get some of that flaky stuff off. Went and spent, my dad helped me get the paint this morning, 560 odd bucks for a little bit of undercoat, some thinners in the colour. Just using quick dry enamel. 2 packs out of my range now. From when I've done the other trucks to this one, it's much more expensive. So that's fine though. It'll be kept in a shed, so it's not a show truck. We're just getting it going. I've been over here 2 nights this week, laying under the diffs in the dark, but I had my head torch on and spent an hour each night just needle gunning around all the axles and springs, and Mick's now doing around inside the rails, outside the rails, just anywhere you can see. Again, it's not restoring it from the ground up, we're just freshening it up. So hopefully paint it in the morning, just get the colour on up to the steer axles anyway. It's a lot higher, but we can work off step ladders, and you can see how flaky it is. Not the end of the world, because you're not really going to see under there, but I get a bit fussy with things like that to a degree. So you can see the new steel I put in right through. That's the centre of the drive axles. You can see the ones I cut out, and you can see the witness marks. Those ones, that's the one I added to line up with the wheel. I was thinking of putting a bit of 3/8 rod, which I should have a bit right through in away from that rope rail a bit, just so I can cable tie like a wire for those clearance lights right down to the, just pick up off the tail lights at the back there. I might do that either side. You only got to weld it every three or four bearers there. Okay, everyone's done well. Mum's coming over for a light refreshment. The tray's a third done. That's just magnificent. Something I didn't have to do. They said they're going to do it next weekend as well. I won't be here. We're all just having a debrief at the moment after a day's work. A couple of blokes, Dad and Nick, have been doing all the nuts and cleats, or the dogs. Chrome bright on the four wheels and the four outside wheels. So they'll go back on, then we'll use the same blocks to jack the front of it up and pull the steer tyres off. So tomorrow we'll be painting the chassis up to that shock absorber, or around that area, sorry. Around that area, then we'll jack the front of it up, roll the cab over in the bull bar, and do the rest. We're just blowing her all down, getting ready for paint. Tarped the cab up this morning, just over the top where it's going to settle. I'm just going to mix some red oxide up and just spray where it's basically bare metal or rust that we've cleaned up, and I won't undercoat the whole thing. I've already got 2 coats on there that wouldn't come off with the needle gun, so I'm sure it's going to be okay. And then we're going to give her a coat of orange. Just going to put a bit of red oxide on it. I haven't got a mask either, nowhere locally sells them, so I've just got a bit of cloth, so it's probably not ideal, but better than nothing. Like a 25-minute drive anywhere that sells something like that. Okay, got the red oxide done. Up until this cross member here, I'd just run a bit more further forward, just trying to run it out. Now I'm going to colour it. It's a bit brighter than the one I've got on the old white, but there was only a small list of colours of stuff in this particular paint that I wanted that I could get yesterday. So for the slight shade of difference, and it's a different vehicle, so it's not really going to matter anyway. It doesn't have to match anything, but I think it'll look good. I won't video the whole process just because I don't want to get all overspray on the camera. Alright everyone, it's way later than I thought. It took a lot longer and a lot more paint than I thought. We're more than halfway, but you can see where I stopped there. put the drive wheels back on, then we'll pull the steer wheels off, and it should come up well. You realise how much stuff could have still been done that you don't see until you get colour on it. A lot of flaky stuff still under it, and not a lot of dirt, but just flaky paint more than anything. It'll look good from the outside though once the tray's on, and I mean, it's not bad. I'm just OCD, fussy. All the wheels will look good. I've given her a lot of, sort of only one good coat underneath, but a lot of thinner coats on the outside so it shines and stands out. It's actually, looking at the camera now, it's a lot brighter than it is in real life. It's a duller colour than what you're seeing on the camera. Well, I think she's okay. It's dry already. Right, that's going to do this episode. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'm going to miss a week next week because I'll be going away, but the following week we'll be back into it. And then there's a long weekend coming up, which will be 4 days playing with it, so should be getting close by then. We're going to put a pre-order. People keep asking for merchandise, but because it's all sold out and we couldn't afford to get any more. My wife's going to put a pre-order up on a link to this video, a picture at the end, and on all our socials too. So if anyone is keen on that, please show your interest and we can get that happening. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to those Patreon members that comment through the week when I put stuff up and what we're doing at work and what we're doing behind the scenes here, and all the wonderful comments and subscribers. Thanks everyone.